Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It's July 20th. It's Friday. That's the best thing about this week right now. It's Friday, right?
Happy Friday.
Good? So.
I'm very excited about that. Also about the rain.
And we're excited about you. We just like to listen to your story about how you got rained on.
I know, it seems like an old wives' tale, right? I actually saw rain yesterday I was driving, I didn't get to, stand out.
What time was this?
About 7 p.m.
So about 7 p.m. last night.
On the road.
On
Saw the rain. By the time I got home, it was gone. But it was really nice to see it happen, yeah.
So when you use your windshield wipers, did it leave marks on your windshield, or did it was there enough rain to clean the windshield?
No, it was clean.
Oh, see, that's
it was just perfect.
That's a good point. So, and the windshield wipers worked?
Yeah, free car wash.
Wow.
Yeah, it happened for me. We'll check in with Sarah to see if it'll happen for others today. But for now, let's look at today's 9 at 9.
Parts of Missouri and Kentucky are dealing with devastating floods for the second time this week. Heavy rains in St. Louis trapped people in their homes and submerged cars. Authorities say one section of St. Louis was submerged in 7 feet of water. Kentucky's governor declared a state of emergency as flash flooding caught many there off guard and washed away buildings and stranded residents.
The debate is on regarding whether or not the country is in a recession. White House officials say there are a number of areas in the economy that are performing well. However, data released Thursday from the Commerce Department shows the economy shrank from April to June, and that's the second straight quarter where the economy declined, typically a sign of recession.
Home prices may not be coming down much yet, but home buyers at least have a few more options. After 3 years of dwindling supplies, Realtor.com now says listings have bumped up in May and June, but low-priced homes are still scarce. Listings of homes under $100,000 were down more than 21% in June.
Inflation and supply chain troubles taking a bite out of Apple's profits. The company says they fell in the most recent quarter by 10% compared to last year, despite revenues going up 2%.
The CHIP Act is set to become a law after the House passed its version of the legislation that already passed in the Senate. We'll see $52 billion invested in semiconductor production here in the U.S. 18 states now produce chips and could benefit from the funding.
Officials with the World Bank say they are not planning to offer new financing to Sri Lanka until an adequate economic policy framework is put in place. Earlier this month, leadership announced the country is bankrupt. The World Bank says Sri Lanka needs to focus on stabilizing its economy to tackle the root causes of its crisis.
Ukraine says it is ready to begin shipping out grain to the world after signing a United Nations-backed export agreement with Russia. Ships in the Black Sea are already loaded with grain. Russian forces have been blocking the Black Sea. Ukraine is one of the world's biggest wheat exporters. The agreement will be implemented in the next few weeks.
Excitement is building for the release of new music from the Queen of Tejano. The family of Selena announcing the release of a new album entitled Moonchild Mixes that will include a remix of Como Te Quiero Yo A Ti. It will be available on August 26th.
The Mega Millions jackpot now worth over $1 billion. It's the second largest jackpot in the game's 20-year history. The next drawing tonight, the cash value option is worth right at $648 million. And that's today's 9 at 9. That's a lot of money, $648 million. What would you do with all that?
Ooh. Share.
Of course.
With all my friends here on GMSA.
Sure, Steph. I'm sure you would.
I would.
You
could spend $100 million.
Probably would. That's how nice Stephanie is.
She could spend $100 million on us and not know it.
Yeah.
You still have millions left.
Drop in the bucket. Drop in the bucket. All right, the aquifer is unfortunately down 0.3 of a foot over the past 24 hours. We do have one allergen out there today. Molds are low at 300. We will, however, see probably some Saharan dust over the weekend. More on that a little bit later. First, let's take a look outside with live cam. Here's a look at temperatures around San Antonio. It's 82 at the airport, 82 at Stinson, 81 at Kelly, 82 at JBSA Randolph. For the rest of the day today, we're going to be looking at a forecast high temperature right around 100. Notice that after 3 p.m. there is a 20% chance for an isolated shower or storm. Coming up in the forecast, I'm going to show you the future cast there. A measly rain chance, but hey, better rain chances than winning the lottery. So we have that to look forward to, I guess. Stephanie?
Very true. Thank you, Sarah. And trouble has come in twos to a Southside apartment complex. 2 murders overnight. San Antonio police found the victims after answering a call about gunfire around 3 this morning.
It's in the 1700 block of Pleasanton Road near West Gerald. Katrina Weber has that story from the scene and tells us right now police don't seem to have too many leads.
This happened here right in the stairwell area, which is toward the back of this apartment complex. As police pointed out, there really aren't any windows facing this area, so it appears no one saw what happened. Now, people did hear what happened because someone called police around 3 this morning reporting gunshots in this area. The police say when they arrived, they found one man at the top of the staircase. The other was on the ground in the breezeway. Both of them had been shot multiple times and were dead. The police say they appeared to be men in their early 20s or perhaps in their late teens. Investigators tried for hours to find someone with information on the shooting, but nothing they found here has led to any arrest. Some people reported seeing 2 men running away from this area right after those gunshots, but police say they're not sure if those people were involved in the actual shooting or if they were running because they were scared from the gunfire. Reporting from the Southside, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. A massive 2-alarm fire destroyed a multi-story home and ripped through a nearby mechanic shop on the city's southwest side. Now, the San Antonio Fire Department says fire crews were called around 8:45 last night to the 2500 block of South Cross Boulevard. And when they got there, crews went on the defense as flames fully engulfed that house. Windy conditions also posed a challenge. However, the fire did not spread to neighboring homes, but it did reach that mechanic shop next door.
It was a heads-up effort on our first arriving crew's part to get up downwind from it to keep it from the fire from spreading. We did have some small grass fires in neighboring backyards and things to this where large embers were blowing to them, but kept it from spreading to any houses.
And crews say fortunately no injuries were reported. However, damages to both of the structures were significant. The historic floods hammering the heartland are turning more deadly. Severe weather is now blamed for at least 8 deaths in eastern Kentucky.
Heavy rain inundated the area, washing away homes and bridges, and torrential rain returned to St. Louis overnight. ABC's Andrew Dinbert has more.
This morning, St. Louis, Missouri underwater for the 2nd time this week. Flash floods inundated the area after heavy rain, trapping people in their homes and submerging cars. Firefighters carried 6 children to safety from this flooded daycare. Authorities say one section of St. Louis was submerged in 7 feet of water. The deluge comes just 2 days after storms dropped more than a foot of rain in parts of the city. To the east, Kentucky declared a state of emergency as devastating flash flooding washed away buildings and stranded residents.
Got a family trapped in a home, standing on the counters. Water's almost over the counters, and they have there's no way for them to get any higher.
In parts of eastern Kentucky, floods and mudslides destroyed dozens of structures.
Everything's gone, everything is gone.
Kentucky's governor activated the National Guard to assist in the rescue efforts. He says the floodwaters coming in the middle of the night Wednesday, catching many off guard. The governor says he expects the death toll will rise.
I do believe it will end up being one of the most significant, deadly floods that we have had in Kentucky in at least a very long time.
It comes as extreme weather grips nearly every part of the country. A powerful tornado touched down near Buffalo, New York. 115-mile winds ripped through this barn as the twister left a trail of devastation 10 miles long. Andrew Dinbert, ABC News, New York.
In your morning headlines, a ferry in Seattle crashed into a terminal on Thursday, causing damage to both the vessel and the offshore piling struck. Now, Washington State Ferries is referring to yesterday's incident as a hard landing. No injuries have been reported, and the Coast Guard is investigating what happened. The ferry involved the MV Cathlamet. The 328-foot ship left Vashon Island and crashed into a Seattle neighborhood. The ferry is able to hold up to 1,200 passengers and 124 vehicles. Right now, it's not known how many people were aboard when the hard landing happened.
And it's a pretty shocking video coming out of Oklahoma. A referee reportedly punched and knocked out a dad during a boys basketball game. In a video shot by a spectator, a boys basketball coach approaches the referee and he's yelling at him a bad call. And then you can watch another guy comes up and just decks him right there from, man, unbelievable. You knocked out the coach. The coach is unconscious, as you see that, and laying there on the court right there. Oklahoma County Sheriff's deputies said the man was out for several minutes. So far, no one has been arrested, but deputies are still investigating.
And motorists say going down the road in Hollister, California makes you feel like you're wearing beer goggles. So for a short time, the Central California town can lay claim to the crookedest road in the world. But the crooked traffic lines are due to a mistake by a subcontractor. The city is ordering the road crew responsible to straighten it all out at their own expense. The new stripping is expected to take place soon.
And an antique dealer in Maine who specializes in rare and unusual items is selling something that is an unusual item, an entire elephant. The dealer has said that the life-size taxidermy elephant is named Doc. Doc was legally shot in Zimbabwe back in 1992 and mounted in 1993. Dozens of visitors have come to see the elephant, or Doc. They can touch it, but aren't allowed to climb on it. Apparently, everybody wants everyone wants to just sit on it. Ooh, on the elephant's trunk. The only thing not real on Doc are his eyes and tusks.
Oh, wow.
So just go hang out with Doc.
That's not Doc.
There's a dog and an elephant.
Dog is not Doc.
Dog is not Doc.
Dog not included.
It's 9:09 and 81 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA at 9. And filling up your tank didn't clean out your wallet. Thieves are trying to finish the job. We're going to tell you about a new scam to take more of your money at the gas pump.
And also coming up next, officials reminding residents not to dump their aquariums in the San Antonio River. Details on what they are finding here and what you can do to help. Do not dump your aquarium in the river. That is a message coming again from the San Antonio River Authority. They continue finding non-native species that are wreaking havoc on the San Antonio River ecosystem.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the San Antonio River downtown with more. And Tiffany, how are these non-native species ending up here?
Good morning. There are many ways these non-native species end up here at the San Antonio River. The River Authority says one way is aquarium hobbyists purchase these non-native species from pet stores for their homes, but they outgrow the tanks, and owners release them into creeks and here at the river. We have aquatic biologist Austin Davis to talk a little bit more about this. Good morning, Austin. Talk to us about last year the River Authority released this public service announcement. What has happened since? Any changes?
Yeah, so since that public service announcement, we haven't really seen many changes in the numbers of apple snails and other invasive species. This year, compared to last year, the numbers really haven't changed. They've even gone up a little bit. So we are kind of redoubling our efforts in trying to get more people out there to help combat some of those invasives that are spreading throughout the basin.
What are some of the most common ones?
Yeah, so the most common ones that we see right now are some of the armored catfish that can come from aquarium dumps, as well as apple snails, which also come from aquarium dumps. Those are primarily found here in some of the urban segments, but as we move throughout the basin, we see some zebra mussels that may be kind of encroaching in the basin as well. So those are probably the top three that we see.
Talk to us about how they're impacting the ecosystem.
Sure. So both the armored catfish and the apple snails will both eat a lot of aquatic vegetation, and there's no native predators to them in our system. So they'll kind of tear up the entire system, all of the aquatic vegetation there, and kind of leave it devoid of anything for some of the native species that we see that rely on those types of vegetation to eat.
People in the community might think, oh, it's so easy, just pick them up. Is that how it works?
Yeah. So we have all of our river warriors come out and volunteer, and they actually kind of through brute force just go and physically remove all the apple snails that we see. That's primarily the easiest way to do it.
And that's an opportunity for people in the community to volunteer?
That's exactly right. So our river warriors help us a lot with those efforts, and if anybody wants to come out and help us with that effort, you can go sign up to be a river warrior through our website and come out and help us kind of combat those invasives within the basin.
What can people do? Where should they be putting these animals that don't fit in their tanks anymore, these species?
Yeah, so you can work with your local aquarium or your local pet store to rehome them, or find another hobbyist that can take them off your hands. Because the worst case scenario is dumping them in the river, and they can outcompete all the native species, so that just kind of exacerbates the problem.
What is the long-term effect of all of this?
Yeah, so they can outcompete our native species, and that would kind of in turn hurt the biological integrity of the entire system. And so there's a lot of cascading effects that happen when you start to remove some of those native species that require kind of this habitat to call home.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to have all those details more on the noon show. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Tiffany. I think she found like the coolest place in town, maybe.
Yeah, there's a lot of shade there.
A lot of shade
Yeah.
down there by the river, and you see some other people getting their walk in before it gets way hot today.
It's smart to find the shade at this time.
It is. And you know, it was cool to see those invasive species, those apple snails.
Yeah, those are
They
cool.
actually put down little egg sacs everywhere around the river, and they look like pink styrofoam on the side of the walls. So if you see them, you can report them.
Why do they call them apple snails?
They're about the size of an apple.
Yeah. You saw that in the
Thought they
video,
made-
the pink.
Yeah, they're egg sacs out there. It's kind of gross when you think about it. But hey, you know, today is
delicious.
No.
We're like, no.
David. Today we do have a small chance for rain, only 20%, but the small chance is there. Right now, these morning clouds are starting to break up. It's 82 degrees, but it already feels like 87 because of high humidity. We've got winds from the south-southeast at about 15 miles per hour. You can make out downtown San Antonio there off in the distance. Pretty cool camera shot. Here's a look at the satellite and the temperatures. Again, we're already in the 80s this morning. It's 82 in Del Rio. Good morning, New Braunfels. It's 83 degrees. Good morning, Kerrville, 78. 81 in Hondo, 82 in Converse, 82 at Stinson, 85 in Devine, and it's 84 in Pleasanton. All right, here's the high-res futurecast. The sea breeze today could kick off a few isolated showers and storms. This is a snapshot this afternoon, close to about 4 p.m. So anytime from 3 to about 8 p.m., we have a 20% chance for an isolated thunder shower. Your rain chances are not great. Again, only 20%, but a quick cooling shower is possible for some. These sea breeze showers are going to try to make a run for that I-35 corridor later this afternoon. Another snapshot closer to 6 p.m. So before you head out for the evening commute, make sure to check your KSAT Weather Authority app. We'll have a look at the radar there and whatever's happening if you're getting a shower or a storm. But again, the majority of us are going to miss out on the rain today, and it's simply going to be hot. Forecasting a high temperature of 100 in San Antonio, 97 in Kerrville, 102 in Del Rio, hotter across our southwestern viewing region from Carrizo Springs to Cotulla to Eagle Pass. Highs will be closer to 105. Zooming into the metro area, Seguin, you'll be at 100 this afternoon. It'll be 101 in Castroville, 100 in Bandera, 102 in Pleasanton, 100 in Floresville, 100 in Gonzales in the Nixon Smiley area. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. We've got some clouds out there right now. It'll be partly cloudy throughout the day today, close to 90 at noon. In the afternoon, cranking up the heat. Winds will be breezy at times from the southeast at about 15 miles per hour. A few gusts up to 20 miles per hour are possible. After 3 p.m., we'll introduce a 20% chance for an isolated shower or storm. 100 for the high temperature. After that sun sets close to 8:30, our rain chances will go down too, but it's still going to be warm. By 9, we'll still be at 90 degrees. All right, let's take a look at the satellite and radar across the state of Texas. It's quiet right now, and as we zoom out, you can really see that there is pretty much a corridor of rainfall across the Central Plains through the parts of the Tennessee River Valley. This is where the jet stream is, and that's pretty much where the jet stream is going to stay over the coming days. So unfortunately, areas across the Tennessee River Valley, which have been dealing with floods, are going to continue to see a risk for flooding today. And unfortunately for us, that jet stream, the rainmaker, going to stay well to the north. So this is a look at rainfall potential over the next 7 days. Again, a lot of rain for the Central Plains and the Tennessee River Valley, but a big old hole across south central Texas. Little to no rain chances for us in the coming days. Again, today, 20% chance this afternoon, but that's the best we can do over the next several days. Maybe a stray shower or storm Monday or Tuesday, but again, it does not look good for widespread healthy rains for us. So unfortunately, that's some bad news because drought is continuing to worsen across south central Texas and Texas itself. So just to recap everything I said, pretty much temperatures are going to be near 100 degrees every day, status quo. Over the weekend, we're going to have some light Saharan dust coming up in the next half hour of GMSA. I'll be talking about that Saharan dust plume a little bit more in depth. But as for the forecast as we head into August, it is going to be hot and relatively dry. We even crank those temperatures up by a couple of degrees for the first week week of August. Typically our hottest period of the year. We're going to be very hot.
Okay, even hotter. Thank you, Sarah. Time now, 9:21 and 81 degrees for now.
Coming up next, a text message about a good deal at the gas pump could make you a victim of a scam. We'll explain. Criminals are now trying to steal personal information and money by sending text messages offering deals on gas.
ABC's Gio Benitez has a new warning about scammers trying to take advantage of the pain at the pump.
This morning, a new warning from multiple states about a text message scam targeting your financial pain at the gas pump.
They were receiving text messages indicating that they were eligible for a $1,500 fuel rebate through DMV.
The texts direct you to a website claiming to be from the state, but in reality, it's far from that.
Once we looked at the website and the web link, we realized it was an attempt to steal someone's identity. So we worked with our state ITS office to have it shut down.
And it's not just New York. Other states now issuing warnings about similar text message scams. FTC data showing that this year, text messages have now taken over as the #1 method of contact for scammers. It's a trend a YouTube star who goes by the name Pierogi says he witnesses firsthand. His background in cybersecurity has helped him educate the public about these scams.
They're trying to get away from telephone calls because it's got a bad stigma around it. So not a lot of people are picking up. They're using text messages, pop-ups, you name it.
The 3 million plus subscribers to his YouTube channel, Scammer Payback, watch how he is able to engage with and then beat the scammers at their own game.
I seem to sense some type of activity on my account.
Keeping them on the phone in the hopes it delays them from reaching more victims. Now with others launching a week-long initiative.
We created the first ever anti-scam call center. No scammers. We make content that people can learn about how these scams work.
Here's Pierogi calling a scammer, posing as an 85-year-old grandma responding to an email about a phony technical support invoice, a scam he says is still rampant.
Just fill up the form if you can see any kind of form.
This looks very suspicious.
They'll put things like the FTC logo at the top to try to have validity.
He says he tries to engage them so the scammers have less time to bother you.
This looks like a virus.
What, ma'am? What kind of virus?
And that was Gio Benitez reporting.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
It is scary.
I think a lot of people have, I have it on my phone where it says scam alert. Is
really?
You have one of those? The phone will ring?
Sometimes
or
it'll
scam likely or something like that?
Spam risk.
Or, okay.
For the phone calls.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like, if the text message has like an interesting link, I'm just like, no, I'm not going to check that.
I'll tell you what, I know a lot of us get in a hurry, and it's like, oh, I'm just going to answer this or I'm just going to do this. We got to really pay attention these days because they are after you in every which way. It's amazing.
I got a link from actually a friend of mine recently, and I thought it was a scam because there was nothing else written. I was like, hey, did you mean to send this? They're like, oh, no, it's for real. I was like, okay. But you got to check first.
You got to pay attention.
Yeah.
It is 9:27 and 83 degrees.
A lot more ahead on GMSA at 9. So coming up in the next half hour, Six Flags is opening a new attraction this weekend that's expected to draw thrill seekers like our Lee Waldman. Now we have a preview of the world's steepest dive coaster.
Plus, we are taking you 80 miles north of the border to show you how deputies there are dealing with thousands of migrants trying to cross into Texas.
And a quick check at the roads with TransGuide looking there at I-37 and now I-35 at Ben's Engelman, where things are moving this Friday morning. We'll be right back. And welcome back. It's 9:31. Every day, thousands of migrants risk everything attempting to cross the Rio Grande for the purpose of turning themselves into Border Patrol. But not all the migrants want to turn themselves in. Their goal is to cross and hide from law enforcement.
Some smuggling cases are discovered about 80 miles north of the border in Brooks County. Alicia Barrera and photojournalist Sal Salazar traveled there to see what deputies are experiencing.
5 deputies help patrol the nearly 1,000 square miles that make up Brooks County.
One night and then one day shift. That's it, just one deputy at a time.
Lincoln 150.
Deputy Sam Rosas is on the lookout for suspicious vehicles.
North of the checkpoint, that's where they pick up. That's where it gets more complicated. It's a lot harder to find the vehicles that are coming from northern states.
So far this year, Brooks County reports 170 drivers charged for smuggling migrants.
They can load up 10 to 15 bodies in less than 15, 30 seconds. Doesn't take that long.
While deputies look for smugglers, scouts are on the lookout for them.
This is why we need more deputies on patrol.
Scouts help alert the smugglers that deputies are present, and they aren't the only thing working against law enforcement.
It's a rural area, so once the sun sets, it gets really quiet out here and really dark to the point that sometimes it's even hard to see your hand in front of your face, but that's exactly the time that deputies say traffic starts to pick up.
It's gonna load up right here.
Deputy Rosas frequently stops at areas identified as hotspots.
Seeing them move around in the brush or see the vehicles that drop off or load up.
But tonight, he gets a call from state troopers. They stopped a suspicious vehicle driving on the shoulder of the road, and the passengers are all providing inconsistent information.
Suspicions drew when I guess the passengers didn't make eye contact. We both concluded that there was 2 illegals in the back of the vehicle.
Border Patrol was called to transport the 2 undocumented immigrants, and the driver could be charged by the state.
You got your driver's license and insurance?
Meanwhile, Deputy Rosas continues his hunt for the next bust.
All right, drive safe. Have a good night. I appreciate it. No, it never stops.
Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Let's look outside with live cam. We're at 83 degrees.
Uh-oh.
The clouds going away. We both saw that right away.
Whoa.
It was our only shot of keeping cool a little bit longer.
Well, yeah, those morning clouds do help us shave off a degree or two, but either way, it's going to be near 100 degrees this afternoon. There is an off chance for a stray shower or storm, but that's the best that we can do, unfortunately. Let's take a look outside right now with live cam. It's 82, but it feels like 87 because the humidity is high. Shocker, big shocker there. No, it's pretty much been the same over the last couple of days. Hey, we got the pollen count in. Molds are low. They're the only allergen present at 300. In the aquifer level, the aquifer continues to fall, down 0.3 of a foot over the past 24 hours. Almost 30 feet below the monthly average of 660. And here are some headlines that we're going to talk about in the forecast. Today, isolated rain is possible between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., but you will be lucky if you get an isolated shower or storm. It's still going to be hot. And over the weekend, 100-degree heat is going to be the norm, and some Saharan dust is going to increase. So I'll show you that Saharan dust model coming up in a bit. And next week, even hotter as we start August. So a lot to unpack in the forecast. I'll have those details for you, including the facts about the Saharan dust in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Sarah. Let's check the roads with TransGuide. Looking at first I-10 at De Zavala. Things were moving there. Now I-10 and Dominion Drive. Things are moving this Friday morning. That's great news, David, for our drivers, hitting the road.
Traffic rolling right along. Got to have those sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
Put away those distractions. Pay attention to the road. And if you're texting, don't. I drove all the way to work yesterday morning.
Uh-oh.
I almost got run over by a guy. Almost got shoved off the road by a guy. And every time I went by him or he went by me, he
was on his phone.
Like,
uh-oh. Yeah.
Gonna hurt somebody.
Be careful.
9:35 and 83 degrees.
You're watching GMSA at 9. And which is more embarrassing, food in your teeth or your teeth falling out? Well, that's as you're talking. So coming up, how one reporter handled losing his tooth on live TV. Hi, welcome back. It's 9:39, and when you're on TV for a living, a lot of embarrassing things can happen to you in front of a live audience.
Oh, you may not think losing a tooth would be one of them, but it has happened. As CNN's Jeannie Most reports, it's not an isolated incident.
Words you never want to hear yourself say on live TV.
Well, hang on. I think my tooth is about to fall out.
Craig Bennett is an entertainment reporter for Australia's Studio 10.
Sorry.
Grab this. Are you okay?
No, I'm not. My tooth.
What did you do? Did you bite into something?
I did. I can't believe it.
Smile, Craig later said the tooth felt a little wobbly earlier, but he figured it would make it through the morning.
Not something you see on telly every day, is it? Somebody in the, now I'm whistling as I speak.
Actually, we have seen it on the telly before.
My tooth's falling out.
Sharon Osbourne lost an implant during the show The Talk, and she talked about the cost.
And I spent a bloody fortune.
The audience ate it up.
No, don't show.
A Ukrainian TV anchor was a lot more subtle, using her hand to catch her tooth as it fell out. If it weren't for a glimpse of the gap, you might never know. Both the Ukrainian anchor and Craig.
You look like an adorable chimney sweep.
Won praise for soldiering on. What a trooper. Someone wondered, does the Tooth Fairy pay a premium if you lose it live on national TV?
And I'll see if I can just pop it back in. Oh, my God.
Oh,
No, it's not going to stay.
It's hard to be an incisive reporter when you've lost your incisor. Ginny Mose, CNN.
I can't believe it.
New York.
Oh, my goodness. That is scary. So I've lost an earring on the air. Like it just fell out. And it was funny because Max and I were having a conversation about it, and he was like kind of making fun of my earrings, and then it just fell out while I was talking, but not a tooth.
I've lost my mind once or twice.
Well, it happens.
Like that.
Have you lost anything on the air or anything embarrassing, Sarah?
I've fallen for sure.
On the air?
Well, yeah, but
is it here?
So, yeah.
How did we miss that?
Well, because it was kind of off camera. So for those of you who don't know, a little behind the scenes, there's wires and stuff, and I walk backwards when I show the 7-day. So one day, this was when I first started, years ago, I was walking off and all you could hear was,
oh no.
I know. It happens though, because we ad-lib.
Were you hurt?
Yeah. No. Well, I've always
bounced right back.
I always see you
right
doing that skillful walk backwards, because there is a line of wires right there that you skillfully go over.
I learned from my mistake, though. That has not happened.
Well, because I've never seen you do that
again anymore. So.
You know the key to that?
What?
Hey, don't do that again. Don't walk backwards.
What? She has to. When she comes out, you'll see it right now. You'll see it right now.
Okay.
Throw that out
It's part of the routine.
Well, I do want everybody to pay attention to the weather, not just because I made trip, but because there's a small
Well, we're all
opportunity.
gonna watch, for sure, yeah.
There's a small opportunity for rain this afternoon, with the key word there being small.
We'll take it.
20% chance. That's it. All right, take a look outside right now with live cam. You can see downtown San Antonio there off in the distance. Looks pretty, doesn't feel too pretty outside. It's 84 degrees and feels like 90 outside. South winds at about 10 miles per hour. Elsewhere, we've got 86 in Gonzales, 84 in New Braunfels. Good morning to you in Uvalde. It's 82 degrees, 82 in Del Rio, 79 in Rock Springs, 80 in Kerrville, 84 in Cotulla. As we zoom in, these morning clouds are going away quickly. So we're going to have a mostly sunny to partly cloudy day today. It's 84 at Simpson, 86 in Castroville, 81 in Comfort, and 84 in New Braunfels. Here's the deal, though. It already feels like it's 90 degrees in San Antonio. It already feels like it's 95 out in Gonzales and 91 in New Braunfels. The reason for that? You guessed it, the humidity. The humidity is pretty high out there today, and it'll come down a little bit in the afternoon, but it's still going to be fairly humid. As we look at the high-res futurecast, here's that small opportunity for rain. The sea breeze is going to fire off a few showers and storms for our coastal communities, and then one or two of those are going to try to make a run for that I-35 corridor. This is a snapshot this afternoon at about 4 p.m. As we head into the rest of the afternoon, again, a 20% chance is possible. With the loss of daytime heating, though, after sunset, we're going to see our rain chances come to an end. So when we're looking at a timeline for if you get lucky for showers and storms, it's pretty much going to be 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. and again, only a 20% chance. Slightly better odds than winning the lottery, but still a very low chance for showers and storms. We'll already be close to 90 degrees around noon, 3 p.m., 98, 100 for the high temperature. And then once the sun sets, it's still going to be warm, 87 degrees by 10 p.m. Today, those winds will be breezy, south 5 to 15, gusts up to 20 miles per hour are possible. All right, it'll be 100 in San Antonio, 102 in Pleasanton, elsewhere 106 in Cotulla, 97 in Kerrville, 99 in Canyon Lake, 100 in Gonzales, 102 in Del Rio. In your neighborhood, Helotes, it'll be 97 degrees, 96 in Bulverde, so shaving off a few degrees at the higher elevations. Not too bad in Bernie, 96 degrees. 100 in Floresville, 101 in Hondo, 101 in Sabinal. This weekend, find a pool, find a way to stay cool. Saturday 100, Sunday 100. It's going to pretty much be status quo over the weekend. The one thing to look out for is we are expecting at least a light plume of Saharan dust over the weekend. So if you're sensitive to that, know that it will be around. This is a look at early on Saturday. You can see that a light plume of Saharan dust will be around both Saturday and Sunday. It's been a lot worse in the past. So again, just a light plume of Saharan dust, nothing too much to worry about. But if you are sensitive to it, know that it will be around this weekend. Otherwise, status quo over the next several days. We have a 10% chance for a stray shower storm on Monday, but again, no drought denting rain is in our forecast as we start August. What was that, David?
Be careful.
Oh,
He saw you
because I
doing the
was
walk.
walking back.
Yeah,
I was
see?
walking back, David. I was careful. I didn't trip.
No, she's fine.
You got that figured out.
She's got this.
And hey, you know what? I'm glad I survived that.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we are
too. You're good.
I told you I learned from my mistakes.
Yeah, very skillful. I wish you guys could see the amazing wires.
Oh, whatever.
No,
It's-
you do well.
I'll post a picture on Instagram. How's that sound?
That's a good idea. Oh, they're trying to
here
show
we go.
you. Yeah,
There it is.
you go.
Okay, so when I'm done with the forecast,
There you
I
go.
back
There you go.
up like
There you
this, and then these wires right here, I go
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Except that one time.
Except that one time.
David. See?
And also, you guys get to see the green screen. That was pretty cool.
Thank you,
behind the
Jamie,
scenes.
for putting that up for us.
It's awesome.
She got
Thank
skills.
you. Yeah, Director Jamie helping us out. Thank you.
Awesome.
Time now, 9:47, 84 degrees for now.
Things people don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Inspectors finding problems with pests and employees not following basic health guidelines at 2 separate locations of local seafood restaurants and a bar.
Tim Gerber will have the details in this week's Behind the Kitchen Door.
La Perla del Pacifico Sports Bar, located in the 2600 block of Northeast Loop 410, got a 76 on their most recent inspection. The inspector noted live pests in the kitchen and washing area. Cooks were seen handling ready-to-eat foods with bare hands. Another cook caught eating in the food prep area. There was no certified food manager on site, and there was shrimp thawing in a hand-washing sink near the cooks, and bottle caps and limes were being stored in the bar's hand-washing sink. A reinspection was ordered. Next up, La Perla del Pacifico Seafood and Grill in the 7900 block of Culebra. They came in with a score of 83. The inspector found at least 10 expired food handler certificates. Potentially hazardous foods, including raw shrimp, diced produce, and other raw fish, were not being properly cooled. The coolers where they were being stored were too warm. Workers set up ice baths to keep that food cold. There was also a bleach bottle found near to-go lids and bags, and unapproved pesticides were found inside the establishment. Finally, the 410 corner stop in the 2300 block of Loop 410 earned an 80. The inspector observed live and dead pests in a refrigerator that was holding cooked food. More evidence of pest activity was found in an area next to the kitchen. Cooks were not wearing required hair nets, and another cook was spotted touching ready-to-eat foods with bare hands. The inside of the ice machine was dirty, and there was a buildup of dust and dirt on the vents in the food prep area. That's what's behind the kitchen door this week. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
9:49, 84 degrees.
And coming up next, Six Flags new roller coaster opens this weekend, and a crew right here from KSAT got a chance to test it out. We're going to have their reactions.
Oh, it just hangs there and then it goes.
That's scary.
Oh, wow.
Brave souls.
Oh, this big weekend, especially if you like roller coasters. The world's steepest dive roller coaster is set to open at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, beginning tomorrow. Thrill seekers will be able to ride at Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger.
So according to the theme park, the 3 21-passenger trains, they take their riders 150 feet into the air before dropping them down a 95-degree angle vertical plummet at 60 miles per hour. So our own John Paul Barajas, Lee Waldman, and Andrew Wilson, they all got to experience it all before it opened. So take a look.
We are here at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, ready to ride their newest roller coaster, Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger.
So you're about to experience not only the only dive coaster in the state of Texas, but the steepest dive coaster in the entire world. We're going to take you up 150 feet. We're going to pause you there dangling over the edge for a moment, and then we're going to release you at over 60 miles an hour.
I don't want to ride alone. Let's bring in some friends here, JP and Gavin. They're both a little scared.
We're not scared. We're excited.
It's gonna rock. Let's go.
Here we go, guys.
So this is the good stuff right here. Yeah, rock on.
Oh! Keep your hands up, Lee! Let's go!
And this is another little drop. And that was awesome! That was so good!
Nice.
I loved it.
No tears?
No tears.
No throw up?
Man, if you were to have two people to go on a roller coaster with, JP and Lee would be the people. I think.
They have a lot of fun. Although John
Super
Paul was a
fun.
little quiet initially.
Yeah.
Like first Lee was talking and then he,
John Paul might have been a little more nervous than he was letting us believe.
Maybe. We'll have to talk to him about that.
Sounds good. There's only a 20% chance for isolated showers and storms this afternoon between about 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Otherwise, it's going to be hot. 100 degrees today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. 100 for the high temperature and only a 10% chance for rain next week as well.
Let's hope that all wraps up by Halloween.
Oh, yeah. I hope by Halloween we're out of the triple digits.
I hope not either. So something else scary. If it's a Hershey's treat, Halloween might get really scary.
The candy company says it's not going to be able to make enough candy to fully meet holiday demand this year. The problem? People started buying more sweets during the pandemic and it hadn't slowed down, not to mention ongoing supply chain issues that got worse because of the war in Ukraine.
So Hershey's CEO says they can either keep stores stocked with regular sweets or ramp up holiday production. Regular sweets won out. And as for next year, Hershey is adding more manufacturing lines, hoping for a comeback by next Halloween.
Favorite candy bar?
I guess on this end,
That's a good
Hershey.
Yeah, but
For me.
just like a regular Hershey chocolate bar?
Yeah, just I'm pretty boring. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, well, both of y'all.
Oh, just give me the whole bag of whatever's in it.
I kind
Good.
of like, and this is controversial, I like Almond Joys.
Why is that controversial?
Okay.
A lot of people don't like Almond Joys.
They're okay. A nice little mix in
Love
the
Almond Joys.
trick-or-treat
Okay,
bag.
there we go.
Love Almond Joys, Mounds,
Mounds are good too.
Almond Joys. What?
And at Payday, I like Payday.
What's,
too.
that's what I say. Just you know,
bring 'em all.
Bring the bag.
Bring 'em
we'll
all.
figure it out.
We're ready already in
$1,000
July.
bars, 0 bars. If it's candy, it's good.
Have a great weekend.
Stay sweet.
See you Monday.